Right, if you watch one of my previous videos on the review, 5 things I like, 5 things I'm not too keen on, the suspension one set for me. So we'll have a look at that today. In the Royal Alloy tool kit, they give you a nice little adjuster. So if you remember, the front was too hard, back was too soft. Now, I've had a look at them, and from what I can see, you can only alter the spring. But yeah, well, again, this is all trial and error, and it's your own personal preference of how you like the bike set up. I like quite a hard front normally, but this is just a bit too hard. Back's too bouncy. Right, so let's do the front first. The first thing is to count how many threads, or to measure the distance between the bottom of the lock and adjustable ring. 2 on the front, so they need to be the same. Now, I've actually noticed, I'm not sure if you can actually quite tell or not, but they're not quite the same. Bit odd. Let's get a little caliper in there. Now we'll call it 12 millimeters. That's a good 12.5. Right, so front was too hard, so we'll just slacken off a little bit. We'll do a couple of turns and we'll give it a ride and see. So we just want to undo it. Oh no, and there's that a locking ring. It's a bit fiddly. I thought that was a locking ring, but it's just one thing. I'll show you how we do it. This just locks in and just pushes against the rest of the frame. So I think we'll go for a 10mm gap. That's 11. Yeah, there's a locking ring. There should really be 2 of these in here. And that's 10. Just backing off a little bit actually. Tighten that. Yeah, there should be 2 of these. You see how this one and this acts as a locking mechanism. Right, let's have a look then. That one's 10mm. Go on the other side. Brought a matte nail on and not even leaning on it. So the same again. Maybe I'll show you a little bit easier actually. Is that about right? So this is a locking ring, this bottom one. But anyway, so we're just undoing it. So the spring is decompressing. Bit more. You can see there the bottom one's moving. Should be a lock. They need 2. It's very poor with that. You should have 2. A little bit more. A little bit more. Must be quite close now. A little bit more. So like I say, if you don't have a little caliper, you could just count the threads. It's easy enough to do. Alright, that's 10mm, so I'm just going to try and lock it. Hold that bottom one. I need 2 of these. Oh, that's not too bad. Final check. 10mm. Right, so I've only done 2mm. I don't know if it'll make much difference. We'll see. Back one next. Okay, now the rear suspension is slightly different. I'll show you on this other camera. Rather than altering by threads, this one's got settings on it. I don't know if you can see on that, but if you can see that, that's like a little cam. You see the different settings on the different heights. So I need to stiffen this up. So I'm going to turn it so it pushes the spring up over. However, I think it's going to be a bit of a pain to do with the side panels on. Oh. Let's have a look. Bit of light. Nah. There's actually a lot of adjustments, so if you can see, that is the top, which means the spring's at its longest, which is the softest position. It goes all the way around to here, which is the hardest position. So it's set up really, really soft. Now I just can't quite get the spanner in there to move it, so these are going to have to come off. The panels are going to have to come off. Shame, but there's a lot of adjustment to be done on that one. Yeah, so the panels have to come off. What I'll do, I've ordered some quick release panels fixings from SF Stainless, so I'm going to wait until they come and then we'll do it all in a one. Alright, that'll be it for now. Bit of a shame, but there you go. So while I've got the rear fairing off, I'll show you the rear suspension setting. As you can see now, it's probably on the mid setting, which when there's two up, it's way too soft. So I'll spin that round that away, which will push that up, which will make it tighter. So I'll go and get the little tool for that. Right, so just the suspension, the rear suspension. We have to move this collar to push the spring up. You can't do it by hand, so you need a little machine, little tool I mean, which locks in. This isn't the right tool, I might have to get the right one out of the key, out of the tool bag. But basically, put the spanner on, tricky, and spin it round. Locate it in the cog. Should get the real spanner out actually, other than this one. See it spin round there. So that is now on the top position. Springs compressed as much as possible, so that's the stiffest. For two up, that's what we need. Same on the other side. So that's front and rear suspensions adjusted. You do need to take the side panels off. I've done a different video on that. Have a look for that one. It's dead easy to do. It's only 3 bolts. It's a 5-minute job. Nothing as complicated as other people make it sound. They are very basic units. Front and back ones, very basic. There's no damping as such, but it's easy enough to do. Have a go at yourself, see what you think, let me know. If you enjoyed it, if you found it useful, give me a thumbs up please. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, helps me enormously, and you'll find out when the next video comes online. But for now, safe screw trim, keep the faith.